What's up, guys? It's your boy James, aka 68J, coming to you on this Monday. And I'm super excited, guys, as we have a very interesting show for you guys today. Now, there's some things I'm going to be talking about in regards to the market and some other things like that. You guys can see the title of today's show is Talent Like It Is. And you know, guys, I'm probably going to piss off some people, and that's okay. But one of the things you guys learn about my show is that I'm always going to keep it a buck. It's what served me in my life, is what helped me get through the best times, the worst times, the struggles, and all the other things. We're going to address that here in a little bit. But first of all, let me start with my show the way I normally do, right? Giving some love to the most incredible family on planet Earth, EARF. But there's some things I got to address based off of what I just heard. And so tune in. You guys are going to want to hear this. Definitely stay tuned in. You're going to want to hear what I have to say. Okay, here we go. All right, so guys, we got our XRP Las Vegas event, and I don't want to talk too much about that because that's part of the subject of what I just heard tuning into CKJ show. And so we're going to address those things. It's not going to be probably what everybody wants to hear, but if you guys, everyone that watches my show, anybody that's in crypto, anyone that's in business should be individual. Individually, you're on a mission to win. It's not about tribalism. It's not about what group I'm a part of. It's not about none of that nonsense, right? You know, and I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit, but let's get into the show. Okay. Surround yourself with people who elicit the finest aspects of your character, not those who induce stress. And kind of funny when I found this, because I said, this is kind of what I'm going to talk about, because what I heard this morning was a little bit, I'm going to be honest with you, it pissed me off and it pissed my wife off as well. And she looked at me like, what was just said? So we're going to talk about those things in just a minute. Okay, here we go. My man Armando Punjoya goes out and says, Morgan Stanley just said that they see XRP as a top alternative to Swift. Guys, look, I think regardless of what happens, no one's sitting here saying whether or not, you know, XRP or Ripple is going to replace Swift. Do they have the ability to do that? Will they partner up? We don't know. They know. That's the thing about speculation. We can all sit around here and speculate. Do I think one day XRP, or should I say Ripple, will utilize XRP in the way that it could be just like Swift? Will it be a partnership? I don't know. But do I think XRP can get to some of these price points that we hear, right? Some of these things. And for anyone, it's funny because you got these people out there right now that are talking about, you know, and there are a lot of newcomers. You look at when they started the channel 2024, 2023, and they're trying to act like their voice is bigger than some of these people that know what they're talking about, like Jimmy Valleys, Molly Elmores, Linda P. Jones, Zach Rectors. You know, I'm talking about the people who know. These are people I'm naming. These are people that know. You got these new people coming in, and all these people talking about that. Well, they're all talking about prices based off of their knowledge. But what I don't like in this space is when I see a lot of these new guys come in, and they're trying to act like, you know, I'm going to start a special group that we just keep it 100. Well, everyone's keeping it 100. You know, they try to exclude this, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to get these little groups started where you get all the facts, and we're not shilling it. And don't get me wrong, there are people who shill. And I try my damnedest to stay away from people like that as well. A lot of what you hear me talk about, if I'm talking about price prediction, I'm talking about anything else, it's predicated off of due diligence. It's predicated off of connecting the dots. It's predicated off of what my peers that I respect on the level that I am on and that I understand they know what they're talking about. They've got conversations. Some of these people have had conversations with Ripple. Some of these people have meetings and partnerships with Ripple. Some of these people are very, very brilliant in what they're saying and doing. And some of these people, you know, they're very smart. And for somebody to come in, you know, 2023, 2024, maybe you're working at McDonald's, maybe you're working at somewhere else, and you're trying to tell me you're smarter than this financial guy, this lawyer, this person, that person, man, get the hell up out of here. And that's the funny, but they know how to clickbait, they know how to do this, and people are so, the majority of people are so used to following things. That's what you do when when you typically work for somebody. You're used to taking, you know, I like being told what to do, and so they'll join these damn groups and they'll join these and if you do this and you subscribe and you come pay this to do this and I'm gonna teach you this, you're still figuring this shit out yourself. And I'm just keeping it a buck, guys, because I'll talk to some of these people, man, and they still figuring it out. But then they'll get out there and they try to act like, let me stop. So the point I'm trying to make, guys, is I give credit to the people who out there putting in the hard work, like Mickles, Zach Rectors, Lewis Jacksons, Paul Barron's, Molly Elmore's, Jake Claver, Max Avery. These people are putting in the damn work. And it's so funny when I see people out there trying to discredit or say things or, I know, join my special group. You want to? It's just all tactics, man. You got to look past all that crap. So I'm just going to keep it a buck. You know, there's a lot of characters in this space. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to say I'm better than anyone. God knows I'm not. But when I look at the people that I surround myself with, in and outside of crypto, you know, me and Zach Rector have long-ass conversations personally. Me and Mickle, me and Jake Claver, me and Max Avery, these are my friends. These are my friends. Me and Jimmy Valley, these are my friends. And we talk outside of just the show. We talk. We have respect. We have love and admiration for each other. And then you got these people out there that are trying to make it, you know, and there's no disrespect to no one, but you're either, and don't get me wrong, even as a teacher, I'm still learning. Even the person who's out here trying to, you know, who's done a lot of my life and everything, I don't know every damn thing. I'm still learning. I learn stuff all the time from everybody. There's people in this chat. I've learned stuff. I've listened to Nina Blossom I was listening to them last night, Nina and Marvin Davis, and they had Buster on there, and they had and my man Fuma. And I listen, but it's a few things. Number one is support. I support my folks. I support my people. Right? Number two, I'm always eager to learn. Right? Everyone's got something they can. If you think you know it all, man, there's something wrong with your ass. Right? I've made life-changing money. I've made millions in this space. And I don't say it to, you always talking about, look, let me remind y'all something. I pulled this out. This is my checkbook, and I've been keeping this since I was a kid. My brother, my family knows. This right here, you see that? That's a damn food stamp. That keeps me humble from where I came from. I used to have to go all the time and go get the government cheese and what. Like, I come from nothing. But I fought for everything, and I found, at my age, I found things that could help people win. Just so happened, and I'm going to say this kindly because it's going to lead into the part I'm going to talk about this damn this event. My wife is in this chat. I'm trying to think who else is in this chat. Is Sly in this chat? Is Michael in this chat? People who've known me for 35 years. John Singh. Anthony Wanner, there goes one right there. Knows me. And they know my background outside of crypto. I was put in magazines, given awards, right? The big bucks to travel the world, motivate schools, businesses, you name it, I've done it on every level. Because I'm just uniquely me, and people love how I tell the story of success, of mindset. Those are my specialties, building relationships, caring about people, loving people, F the sell. I'll say fuck the sell, excuse my language. It's about people, and I was a master at building relationships and connecting people. That was my thing. Award-winning speaker for that. Now, I'm going to come back. I typically tend to follow people who have success, and I can see success. It doesn't, when I say work at McDonald's, you can work at McDonald's and end up being an Emmy award-winning actor. I worked at goddamn McDonald's. It ended up being all the things that I've done, or anybody else. I've heard people, you know, that's not a shout out to McDonald's. You know, it's kind of like when I say skunk G-string coin. It don't mean nothing by it. I'm just trying to tell a story. But what I can't stand is people who act like they know everything. And I've heard some stories. I've talked to some people, and you do this and that, but then behind closed doors, you're doing this, you're begging, you're doing this, you're doing that. You really have no credibility. You're probably some of these people I wouldn't even probably deal with in my business life. Because in my business life, I've done things to put me and my wife in the position right now that we're in, which is living a life of freedom, living a life unlimited, right? You know, people want to sit up there and talk shit. I'm online trying to figure out if I want to buy a Bentley or a goddamn Lamb. But and I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm saying it because it's the freaking truth. My wife and I are sitting there looking at cars right now because I can. Not because I'm trying to this and that, because I can. Hey, babe, look at this. Hey, babe, look at that. What do you think? And I got the kind of wife, hey, babe, that's what you like. That's so everyone has different phases. But there's also a time where I had to put water on cereal. I had to make mayonnaise sandwiches. We had to eat pancakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay? There's levels to this. And the point I'm trying to get is not trying to impress upon anyone. I'm not here to press a goddamn person, but to say I live my life and I came here, and I think a lot of you guys see I'm here because I love y'all. I'm here because I'm authentically me. If there's anything I tell people, even when I'm gone, they'll say, man, 6HJ was a real one. That's it. Consistently. 16 years I've been with my wife. Anybody that's known me, from Michael, anybody for 30 years, I'm consistently me. That's going to come into something I'm getting ready to talk about in a second. Oh, God. So, yeah, I've been, and it's one of the reasons I started my show. There's a lot of stuff I've been seeing on X, and a lot of these people, coming in, Okay. And, I got all this stuff to talk about here, and I need to get into all this stuff, but I think I'm going to be talking about mostly here. Okay. So, and I think the only way for me to, first of all, let me send shouts out to the family, because you can tell I got a lot on my mind when I didn't even address and say hello to the family. You can tell I'm a little pissed off right now, but let me say hello to the family real quick. Shouts out to Crypto Clay. Shouts out to Charles Can't Lie. Shouts out to Marvin Davis, Halls Balls, Crypto Clay. Shouts out to, and I know there's other people listening because I sent the message to them. So shouts out to all you guys who are listening. May not want to show yourself, but you're listening. And I know because I sent you that I was going live so I can address some of the things that was talked about. Shouts out to, who else is in here? Justin Harrison. Shouts out to Bradley. Shouts out to Liz. Shouts out to Art Caffeine. Shouts out to Beekeeper69, Jose, Nina Blossom. Who else is in here? Crypto Clay, Tiffany. Good to see you guys. Anybody else in here? Marvin Davis was one of the real ones out there. Nina Blossom, real. Appreciate all you guys, real. Kenny G. That's why I love messing with my family. When I see y'all, man, y'all don't understand the kind of smile y'all put on my face. Shouts out to, thanks, Gary. Shouts out to my beautiful queen, Jeanette. Big Watch Dude, DCA, Crypto Day. And I had thanks, Gary. I was so pissed off about what I heard this morning. My wife had to make my coffee while she was sitting there sending me text messages of things that pissed her off. Okay, so I literally got a text message here. I got text messages for my wife was texting me here. She's right. She was right near me as I was preparing for my show and creating my thumbnail. She was sending me a text message of points that it had. I said, babe, send me some of the things that were said, and I'm gonna read some of those things that were said. And it was unnecessary. Yeah, it's just unnecessary. Certain things. Okay, so let's talk about XRP Las Vegas. I'm gonna talk about the elephant in the room. I'm gonna address it right now because I know people don't have a lot of time. So let me start here. I'm going to start here and then I'm going to go back and tell the story the way it needs to be told. So this morning I get up, and we're watching TV. I'm in bed with the wife, chilling. And I tune in to, I always do my research and everything about what I'm going to talk about. And I look and I see, as I always do, I try to support my man, CKJ, and I'm tuning into a show. Now, I could tell he's irritable for whatever reason he's irritable, but he's saying some things, and here's what I'm going to tell you guys. I got nothing but love for my brother, and like I was telling somebody this the other day, I can't remember who it was, but you got to learn how to love people. I got family right now that I got family right now that I probably wouldn't do business with. I love them to pieces for who they are. I meet them where they are, where they're at. I understand where they're limited at. I understand the issues that they have. And a lot of times I can only deal with them on a certain level because I have to make sure that I don't do anything that's going to jeopardize where I'm trying to go in my walk and in my vision and in the things that I'm doing. It's the reason why I'm not sitting out here asking this or asking that or begging for this or begging for, it's the reason why if I want to go out and buy something for $100,000 tomorrow, my wife's going to say, God bless you. If I want to go buy something for $250,000, my wife's going to say, God bless you. If I want to go out there and buy a house for $1 million right now, my wife's going to say, God, and we're still going to be okay. Now I'm not saying that to be funny. I put in the goddamn work. But what irritated me this morning, and so there were some things that were mentioned about the flyer, and there's some things mentioned about the event. And if you feel a certain way, and now I got to say it because my name was brought up, I'm specifically talking to CKJ. If there's something that you want to say or something you have to say, you contact me as a man. You contact me as a man, mano a mano. You hit me up on my cell phone. You let me know what's going on. God knows I've sent you 1,000 messages. For so many messages I sent, I get back one. But I'm going to have to tell the story because what happens is, shouts out to Jay Herman, when you put me on blast in front of everybody, And some of those people are my family members, part of Crypto for Life Chicago Coin family, which, again, nothing but love for CKJ, because I know how to love him in the space and in the relationship that we have. Okay? But it's been a rocky relationship, but I love him in the space and in the relationship in the lane that we have. And I've tried to help my brother in so many ways, man, financially and otherwise. But when you make comments about the flyer, you make comments, it's like, even my wife looked at me and she said, yo, my man's taking a lot of jabs at you this morning, right? And I noticed it, a lot of jabs this morning. So I'm going to address it. So let's start with how XRP Las Vegas Meetup 2025 started. It did not start because CKJ called me. That's furthest from the truth. It started because I was getting calls from my family members about how expensive the regular XRP event is. Let's make that very clear. And when that happened, I had already been thinking maybe I should put on something. But then, just like with my YouTube channel or anything else, I thought to myself, I don't know if I really want to deal with that. I don't know if I want to deal with the responsibility, because I've been to these events, and it's a lot of work, right? A lot of work that I really don't need to do, right? And so when I originally, and this is telling the story about XRP, I gotta tell it the way it is, man, because if you call me one-on-one, the story doesn't get told. But since you have to put me out there and make all these little weird ass comments, because here's the three things that I always say in life: never challenge me never disrespect me as a man, never hurt or disrespect my family, and never do anything to hurt my money. Those are the only three things. You fall within any of those things, then I gotta let you know what's going on. Shouts out to World Be Free and all you guys that are here. So initially, and a lot of you guys like World Be Free, we've had some very detailed conversations, sis, and you know what I'm talking about. So as many of you guys we've had. So when I decided to do the XRP Las Vegas event, I didn't decide to do it. I had an idea to do it. And I started putting it out my show. You go back, you'll see even before there was an XRP announced, I started talking about whether or not, I should come up with something. First, what I did is I reached out to the person throwing XRP Las Vegas. I said, hey, it sure be cool. And I made a video and I put some stuff on Twitter. It'd be cool if they had a cheap Thursday where everybody could afford to go. I'm not gonna get into that because me and my man Brad Kimes are on the same level. Love Brad Kimes, right? My man. But the affordability. I've been to the last two XRP Las Vegas events, absolutely freaking amazing. But they started getting a little bit out of hand as far as affordability. And some people reached out to me and got mad. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I have people who I'm normally really cool with got mad. And I'm like, yo, like, because, people are reaching out to me saying, man, this is expensive. I can't go. I wish I could go. And they were like, 6 if you're going to go, I'll just come out and just kind of hang out with you and hang out with the group, whatever. So I made some comments on my YouTube. I made some comments on X. I reached out to my man Kimes. We had a conversation. He said, hey, maybe in the future we're looking at this and that. And then, you can agree to disagree, but in the same aspect, we're cool. That's my dude. He still likes my stuff. I like him. There was a small little moment where it was like a quick unfollow and a follow, but we're good. That's my dude. Nothing but love for him and DAI, damn it, period. He's doing an epic event. And if you've never been, damn it, I'm telling you, get your butt over there. My event had nothing to do. My event had nothing to do with challenging Brad. It was giving people an opportunity. And then all of a sudden I started hearing, oh, there's an event. Now I know World Be Free and those guys had an event going on the last couple of years on Wednesday, and I respect that. No, Thursday, and I respect that. And then I was invited to a VIP event with Claver on Wednesday. And then Friday, the Sigma thing came up because I thought I literally had a limo bus that I was going to get for everybody. And I had a conversation with Melissa about this yesterday about certain people still thinking the limo bus, but then the Sigma thing. And I'm one of those kind of people, I don't want to hurt anybody else's event. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to challenge or hurt or negate or I'm going to promote Sigma. I'm going to promote, what I can promote. I won't promote things that if it's a VIP private event on Wednesday or there's a limitation on Thursday, I'm not going to promote that, as I got to be respectful of the people who are doing those events. But when it comes to like bumping heads, so I would have never done an event when Kimes was having an event. I'm just not that dude. So I looked at everything, and so what I did is the 2 nights before I even heard about Sigma, 2 nights I was looking at was Friday and Saturday. What I initially first did, because of the kind of guy that I am, even though, let me say this, I initially tried to reach out to Bags, and I sent Bags a bunch of messages, calls, and everything, no response. Okay. Whole nother story. It's all good. And there's nothing against Bags, nothing like that. Some people just, they don't mesh, and that's all right. Some people don't mesh. And then I started hearing all this, because I want to find out, is there an event that's happening? And And that's when I initially, me and CKJ had reached out to me and said, hey, Jay, because I think we were both on our own trying to figure out if there was going to be an event. And I think he wanted to come to an event this year. So I said, hey, I told him, I said, I tried to reach out to Bags a couple times. I can't get hold of him. Maybe you can, and maybe we can do something as a collaboration. Ask CKJ. I'm sure he's watching this right now. As a collaboration. And he said, we should do our own event. And I said, I'm cool with that. But in my mind, as a business person, as an award-winning speaker, as a person who doesn't have to do this, and I'm very careful about things because I know how people feel. Now, I'm going to say this to some people. No, I get that. This is not a shout out to Bags World Be Free. It's not at all. Bags had an event out there. I know. I didn't know this in the beginning. This is early. We're talking about early on. I was trying because I didn't know Bags had moved away and all this. I'm learning all this stuff as we go. So once I found out Bags wasn't having an event, I was like, oh, okay, well, cool. Somebody needs to have an event because now what we could do is have something that's affordable for everybody. So no, jabs at I tried to reach out to Bags, it didn't work, whatever. And and then you start finding out in this space, this space is not that big where you start hearing from people hating, people saying this, and it happens, guys. It happens. It's part of life. I'm not going to call nobody out, but it's part of life, and that's okay because those people don't do anything to make my life better or worse. And it's like anything else. If that's how you feel, then I immediately in my mind you're irrelevant. I just make you immediately irrelevant because a lot of times what I find myself doing is trying to get along with people that sometimes I know I wouldn't even mess with those people or associate myself with those people. But I do it because, first of all, I'm a real one. I'm not better than nobody. I got a lot of my boys still out there doing some crazy stuff. Those my dudes. When I see them on site, those my dogs. I'm talking about at every level you can think of, whether it's big millionaire, billionaire guys or guys in the streets doing their thing. Let's make that clear. Not better than anybody. But there are certain people that just don't vibe with you because they feel offended or they feel threatened or whatever the case. And and that's a whole nother conversation, but there's some people I've had conversations with that. And it is what it is. But I'm going to keep it a buck, guys. This whole thing today is about keeping it 100, and you guys are going to appreciate, hopefully, who I am and what it is. So after having attempts at trying to get hold of people and realize, oh, Bags is not coming this year. He's going out to Texas. Okay, so now me and CKJ start talking. Okay, hey, yeah, I'm down with doing an event. If you want to do an event, that's cool. All right. So, but some of my hesitation, and my wife is in this chat, I said, I would rather just CKJ and get together with like Bags or somebody and them do it because then I can just come to it. When I do something, my name is tied to that, right? Exactly, World Be Free. Thank you, sis. So originally, you so raw. Shouts out, man. Much love to damn. Gotta love my sister. World Be Free is raw. She's raw. Thank you, sis, for bringing that up. All right. So initially, what it was is I think last year, or whatever it was, World Be Free reached out to me and said, would you be a part of our event on Thursday? And I said yes. And what that would have, been whatever. And the details are irrelevant, but I said, yes, I would. And I made an obligation to do that. And then I realized, it's not drama in this for us. You know what it is? It's just, sometimes you got to speak the truth, brother. You got to speak the truth, and it is what it is. And a lot of times you can mask and you can hide and you can try not to touch certain subjects because you care so much about people and what other people perceive people as that you don't want to discredit that person's illusion or whatever they put together. So you just kind of fall back, and I'm good with falling back. But if I'm going to fall back against even what I personally believe to a certain degree, then damn it, treat me like a man and call me if there's an issue. Don't put it out there where me and my wife are looking at like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Right? Because now all of a sudden you're going to get the Brooklyn James, and I'm going to explain. So I've been in business my whole life. There's an old saying, you could take the what out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out the what. So my roots are my roots. And when I feel threatened, when I feel tested, I'm going to explain, right? Because I'm a real one. It's just the way it is. So, because it's not politics. This is just about, I will respect you for being you, rather than respect you for being something you're not, okay? So all of a sudden I said, okay, I'll do this event. But if I do this event, Now, so it was me and Melissa first. And so then what happened is the ticket thing. So then everything happened. First, it was a commitment from Melissa. Then it was all the ticket issues and everything else. Oh, I can't afford to go this and that. I said, okay, well, you know what? So then that's when I tried to reach out to Bag. Then I tried to do this, and I was getting no replies from nobody. I didn't know what to do. And then me and CKJ got together, and he's like, hey, man, I'll be down for doing an event. Because I told C, I can't even get hold of Bag. And I think I originally reached out to CK, can you try to get hold of Bags? So anyways, once I found out, never from Bags himself, but from other people, that there was an event in Texas, which is cool, I said, hey, we can go and, let's do an event. And I was a little bit reluctant because I realized that I'm putting my name, I'm signing my name. If I go to somebody's event, I ain't signing nothing. If I go, I can go to Tupac, I can go to, I don't know who would be relevant today. Like I can go to Lil Wayne's, personal. I'm invited to Snoop Dogg's personal party. I'm invited to a lot of stuff. And if I go, I just go. I've hung out on the tour bus with Cat Williams. I got pictures I put on my social media for 2 days, hanging out with the cat. Through one of my buddies, who's a big-time comedian. Me and my wife are there. Who was there, babe? My wife is here. Who was there? Suge Knight was there. Who else was there? The dad from Friday, who passed away. God rest in peace. I think Simone, one of the, there's several people there. But it didn't reflect who I was. I was just invited to go hang out on the tour bus, right? Now, if I got a tour bus, I'm not inviting the same damn people. Hell no, you ain't going to have me put no damn Suge Knight on my damn tour bus. And then even with that, something happened. One of my good buddies who's a cameraman ended up getting hemmed up by Suge Knight people just because they didn't want pictures. I mean, it was my wife, remember that, Jeanette? It was crazy. Anyways, let's get back to it. So when I realized that, I committed to World Be Free, then me and CK started talking, and I thought to myself, okay, you know what? I know with Melissa's event, there's a limitation on the size and everything that, whatever. And so I didn't feel right going to say, okay, well, Crypto for Life people can come and IBF people can come and these people can come, because that wasn't my event. I was invited to be part of that. So I kindly called Melissa and said, sis, I'm sorry, I'm going to pull away and I'm going to do my own event. And I'm going to include, because me and CK have a lot of the same people in our family. That's literally how you should never subliminally try to call someone out on social. Yeah, that part, Jeanette, that part. My wife, that's literally how we felt this morning. There was a lot of subliminal bullshit that was said this morning. So that's what it was. So then once I started to do this, I said, okay, I'll do this. This isn't that what. So now the discussion between me and CK started happening. And the biggest thing that I said is, if we're going to do it, it has to be done a certain way. Okay? Because my name is everything to me. It has to be done a certain way. Some of the ideas that were coming to me, let's get this person, that person, this person raps, that person. And the messages that I was getting from people, right? I had a lot of conversation with a lot of people, and I'm not going to, some of these people here today, I'm not going to name them, that at previous events that I've been to as well, I'm not talking about kinds, I'm talking about like after party events, were so ghetto that people were showing up in massive groups of 10, 15, sometimes, whatever, and they would walk out. Why? Because those events had fights. Those events had, you got to remember, when you're dealing with all types of people, you can't be one particular way. Otherwise, just make it your event. Just make it that particular event. But when you invite an array of people, now you're opening yourself up to a bunch of different, some people listen to country music, some people listen to this, some people will dress in a button-up shirt, some people will have a polo on, some people will have, a hoodie on, different people, and that's okay. That's okay. But when people show up to an event and there's fights, and when you're trying to walk in, there's people outside smoking weed, there's people inside smoking, I mean, you can't do those things. And the way that it was brought to my attention is, if that's going on, Jay, now remember, all these people on this flyer, I have a relationship with every freaking person here. And everybody, other than Paul Barron's been on my show. And none of these people are coming for anybody else. They're not coming for CKJ. They're not coming from nobody. They're coming because I, one-on-one, asked them to do me a huge personal favor. Based off our relationship, would you show up? And I promise you, it's going to be a great, amazing event. We're going to have fun, but it's not going to be where people feel threatened. There's a fight that breaks out. There's this. And so it had to be run a certain way, period. And so, but if you go through here and you look at everybody on the flyer, everybody on this flyer, and a lot of people that you would never think have been interviewed by this show. Our show got shut down 3 times. So a lot, for reasons I can't tell you, but a lot of these people, Coach JV's, I don't know if Coach JV's coming, and even that conversation, which with my brother, was predicated off the type of people that would be there. the type of environment. A lot of people didn't want to be around that crap. Facts. And I assured them that it would be safe. I assured them that it's going to be based off of who I am and what I stand for. So a lot of the early conversations were, oh, this person, we're going to do this, and we're going to talk about this, and we're going to shill this. No, we're not. We're not. I'm not even talking about Chicago coin over there, and I got nothing. And that's, I know what that's about because me and Mike are the reason it even exists, right? Facts. We're doing movies. This is stuff I've been doing. You look at my intro, when all those pictures, and you see me standing behind movies that I've done, stages I've been on, awards that I've gotten, thousands of people. That's me. And I don't say this, but I'm not going to F up my damn name for bullshit. Facts. So now you got Brooklyn in the house. Okay? But these people are coming because of me. So I said, no, we're not going to do this. No, we're going to have, and I love Tails. That's my dog. But a lot of what comes when you have all these guys coming in, like in previous events, they want to do this. They want to, and there's a certain vibe where people don't want to be around that. Facts. Facts. I'm trying to build a safe environment so that this can be something that we do for years to come. Years to come. I'm not reactive, I'm proactive. Right? That's how you win in life. You set small goals, understanding what the bigger goal is. Okay. Let me calm down. Whenever you challenge me as a person, you challenge me as a man, and you say things that even me and my wife can understand, the subliminal messages, I got to handle it. Now, everybody that's coming, there's a lot of people that I inquired to come that like, I'll give you an example. Digital Outlook. What is my man's name? Digital Outlook? I just put them on the list. We've got 50 people standing by. 50. And none of them in my group. None of them in CKJ's group. 50 people standing by from other people's group because people are catching on late. There's people that's going to show up at the door. I told you guys this. I knew this because I've done events before. But when I look at a show this morning and I'm looking up and you're telling me, like, you're making comments because Tails over here in the corner. Look, guys, there's never any disrespect towards my dude, Tails. When Tails is in the middle, there was no disrespect for putting Tails over here. It was just that I had to try to make more room. I had people that wanted, if you look at this, I didn't have Armando Panjoya. I didn't have Brooke. I didn't have Ab. I didn't have Johnny Crypto. I didn't have Rob Cunningham. A lot of these people started coming in little by little, Paul Bear. And now I even got like Digital Outlook. I got other Edo Farina. King Karan, Versan, with Black Swan. A lot of people supposed to show up. And what do I do? What do I do? I know everybody wants to hear from these legendary, amazing people, brilliant people. Look how small my goddamn icon is. Look how small. Even if you look at the previous flyer, I'll put myself on the bottom because it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about y'all. It's about them. It's about whoever comes. It's not about me. I don't have to be the big face and on the front and in the middle. See, that's what narcissist people, that's what people who you know, they want to be at the forefront and glorify me, glorify everything that I do. No. This is about bringing some of the most talented people ever. And it's a beautiful thing. It really is. I'm addressing it right now out of frustration and anger because I've been letting this been going on for some years of me tolerating certain things just to kind of coexist with people. Okay. When I don't do that in my life, I don't do that. I'm doing that in YouTube. I'm doing that on Twitter, but my wife can tell you, I don't sit up there and bow down or try to fit in. I don't do that. I don't. And I find myself doing that. And then when someone says something, I'm like, oh, hell no. You out your damn rabbit ass mind. Right? So comments are made because Tails is in the very bottom of the screen. Tails is on the flyer. That's my dog. That's my dude. What song did I rock every day? What song did I rock every day that I love to the deepest parts of my heart? This song right here. This one. That's my dog. That's my dog. I got hip hop cats in the thing. I can say, hey, make me a rap song for. That's my dude. Let's make sure we understand that. Now, but when you make a comment like I'm leaving my man out or I move my man to the side, anybody understand how big these names are in this space? They weren't at any of the other meetups last year. And I'm not talking about I'm talking about like the after party. They weren't there. And a lot of people would have never showed up because they didn't want to be a part of that bullshit. Facts. I had these conversations with all of them. But when you sit up there and you try to make it seem like I'm doing something, whatever. Now, let me also say this. This flyer and everything in Vegas was put together by me. Me. No help. I allowed it. And even 30 days ago, when the communication was horrible, and I understand there's loss, I understand things happen, and shouts out, man, CK, I know you're going through stuff with your dog and all that, and I got to address you because you addressed me in your video. My wife has a nephew right now that was given a certain amount of time not to be here. And I don't want to say too much because I know him and his parents watch this show. At 11 years old, they took my nephew's arm. My wife just flew back to see him. And I'm just going to leave that alone. But life is so precious, it's not promised. And even the mother and the brother and the actual son will tune into my show with all the shit they got going on. There's never an excuse where you can't pick up your damn phone. Never. And 30 days ago, as I'm doing all this stuff and I'm taking all this responsibility, I'm doing all these things by myself. I can't get a phone call. I can't get a response. I can't get any of those things. There's never an excuse. And almost 30 days ago, I had to make that comment. Look, man, I'm going to have to exclude you from this whole thing because and opinions didn't line up because, no, I'm not going to charge this much money. No, I'm not going to do this and that. This is not about me getting rich. It's about for the people, affordability. Have you ever done something just because? If I had to sit up here and tell you guys all the people that I've helped become millionaires in this space, and there's some people that I have and have success in calls, I don't need no credit for that. I didn't need to throw it up in your face every damn time I say something. That's why I'm here. That's part of the show. That's what I do. I genuinely love my family. I don't need nothing back in return. You know how much XRP and things I gave away on this show, on other people's show, before I even had a show? And I've never brought that up to nobody. And there's people in the stream right now, I can see your names, that you've gotten probably hundreds of XRP from me. It's irrelevant. You don't go out and give a guy on the corner $50 and then go tell everybody what you did. You don't do that. Okay? So I'm just telling you guys, like there's, I was very reluctant on starting YouTube. I was very reluctant on having a Twitter. My wife can tell you for the reasons like this, the bullshit that comes with it, the fact that there's people I would never associate with. Not that I'm moving different. That's not where I'm going. I follow success. I connect, and these people that are on this flyer are because I respect them. There's a relation. Why do you think Abs pops in my show all the time? There's respect. But when you make comments about, this and that, I don't have to, I didn't know this and I didn't know that, because decisions aren't being made. Everything about this event has been made and done by me. Because when I realize I can't depend on people, I'm going to do this shit on my own. Facts. Because that's what I've done my whole life. Win. That's what I do. Okay? And I'm not going to sit around waiting for people to validate that or accommodate that. I'm not going to do that. So I had to bring this up because there's a lot of little jabs that was thrown at me on the CKJ show, and I don't appreciate that. Now, I love CK. That's my dog. That's my man. Love him. Based off of our relationship, based off of how I deal with that situation, right? I got family members that I love and I deal with on the relationship on the level that we can deal with. But when you say something, now you're going to make me speak out, and you can't do that. There's certain people you can't belittle me. You go on my YouTube and look at all my shit and all the stuff for our kids and everything else. We're winning. It's not easy, but a lot of it's who I deal with and who I put myself around. And when I see people who try to challenge me, and I've been carrying you and I've been helping you in every way you could think of, that's not right. You pick up the phone, you call me, and we talk about it like men. You don't belittle me, because if you do that, and especially if I'm sitting in bed with my wife chilling, and she says, yo, what did he just say? Yo, what? Like, she sees all the stuff on everybody on this flyer ain't coming because of anybody else but me. And I'm trying to deliver a beautiful experience for everybody. Because next year, guess what? I've already talked to people, my hosts out here about casinos and rooms. It's going to be bigger and better. I'm the kind of guy that told you guys when XRP got to a certain dollar amount. Y'all don't remember that? What did I say? XRP gets to a certain dollar amount. What was it, $100 or something like that? I'm going to be the first trying to give away a car every day, once a month for 12 months. I've given away crazy gifts, crazy things on this show. And I want to be able to do that at these events that I throw. Not because I need nothing. If I needed something, it wouldn't have been $40. And I wouldn't have been getting shit from people that it should be more. No. But damn it, I'm going to speak the truth. And that's just what it is, man. You don't have to like it. You can unsubscribe. You can unfollow me. But if you want real, that's 68J. If you want bullshit, go somewhere else. If I'm not in the ass kissing. I don't expect nobody to kiss my ass. I love people to be blunt with me and straight up with me and authentic with me because that's what you're going to get from me, period. And my wife knows what I'm talking about. And Mike O knows what I'm talking about. These are all my boys. And Sly Fox knows what the hell I'm talking about. This is a real one. 30-something years I've known this dude. Mike O, 30-something years. A freaking John Singh, 40-something. I mean, come on, man. I ain't saying nothing that ain't true. I don't got to get over here and fake and front and lie. But when you start taking jabs about the event, and you start taking jabs about the flyer, you start taking jabs, that shit is not necessary. And what it does, it makes me respond a certain way. Okay, so let's make this very clear. There's an event that's being thrown with some of the most epic people in crypto. And the reason that I did it the way I did it because I'm already looking for next year. 500 people. I've got a list right now of 50, and I can't tell you how many people are going to try to show up besides that 50. It's crazy. I know all these people can't come. I've got other YouTubers like Digital Outlook and just literally hit me up. So I said, brother, I'm going to try to get you and your wife and your son in. Right? And I'm not saying that to put the bill. I'm just saying there's so many people trying to come. So many people. And it's not predicated off of anyone other than me. Jake Claver reached out to me yesterday and said, yo, Jake, can you get my man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, and Jake, if you see this, I'm just saying that's my brother. That's my relationship with my man. So don't act like I'm not putting people, look where I'm at. I'm in the bottom left-hand corner. It's not about me, bro. It's not about you getting on your show saying we're hosting. No. I thought about having maybe Zach or somebody else because it's about the event, not about me. Not about my moment to go out there and talk about this, that, and everything else. Not to go out there and shield Chicago. No. I know what I got. I know what Chicago is. I know we're doing movies. They're filming our movie right now. A movie director, one of the hottest up-and-coming directors right now on behalf of Chicago that's written twice in a damn movie. You see me talk about that every single day? Where it's 30% of my show? No. And if I do something, I don't got to let all you guys know what I've done for you or what you've done for me. There's a lot of people here, you know what I'm saying? You just don't do that. Don't poke the goddamn bear if you don't want the bear to respond. That's the bottom line of this, what I'm saying right now. And it has to be said. This is going to be a beautiful event. And I was probably going to shock a lot of people on here going, damn, what's going on? But it's why I was very hesitant in dealing with a particular individual in of itself because I didn't want this to get, because I understand that I show up. I answer the phone. I do this and that. I don't make excuses. And like I said, I love my man CK, but you got to keep it a buck, brother. You my dude, right? Within the confines of what our relationship is. But don't go on your platform and start talking out the side of your ass when I know a lot. I'm not even saying 80% of what I know. Right? But don't do that. Don't do that. I know. I'm not that dude. Come on, man. And a lot of people just ignore things because we try to uplift you, we try to be there for you. And God knows I've been there for you in a lot of other ways, just like for my family, financially and otherwise. So please don't be that way. If you got something to say, you pick up the damn phone and you call me, or you just try answering your phone. Try that. Right? So I had to address this, guys, because it was something that was said. It put me and my wife in a certain mind frame. And like I said, you poke the bear, I'm going to give it to you every single time. I'm not going to hold back, not only on this camera, but goddamn it, in person. I am him. Don't ever forget that I am freaking him. And anybody here sliding, anybody can tell you straight up. Straight up. Okay, this is not a conflicting thing. This is a beautiful thing of honesty, of sincerity, of being humble. But you should never, 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 when somebody's in your corner trying to help you excel, which I've done from day one since I hooked up with, even when we were talking about doing this show, my show, do you guys realize that my show was supposed to be an extension of helping CKJ? That was the whole reason, because the thing is, I want to be like Big Boy. Okay, well, if you want to be like Big Boy, you got to be consistent. You got to show up. You can't have all these crazy things going on, spouse and otherwise. You got to be dependable. I hope you get there. I got celebrities. Anybody go back and watch some of the early shows? I got all these people I can get on your show. Whatever you need, I'll do it. I'll even help you get some big names on your show like that. That all been on my. And then what happened is just we couldn't mesh. It's not the way I'm used to working, so I had to go do my own thing. I was like, okay, well, God dang it, I think I'll do my own thing then. And that's how our show got born. But always working in conjunction with, never being disrespectful, always showing light and love for my brother. But brother, I need to tell you something as a big bro James, big bro Jay. My wife is sitting here and I'm accountable to my wife. I'm accountable to my wife. I'll never say, if I tell y'all we made millions of crypto, damn it, my wife is here to keep me accountable. If I say I can go out there and buy something for $250,000, damn it, my wife is right here. If I say I've been on some of the biggest stages around the world in magazines and award-winning, my wife is right here. If I say I've been making movies, my wife is right here. I'm accountable to my wife and to my children, which is why I don't hide my name of who I am. I don't hide behind this and this and that. Show me some people in your chat that they all could vouch for you. All my folks can. Okay? But as big bro, here's why this is all happening. Call me. Don't go taking jabs at me on the internet. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't play that. I've done too much in my life, one at the highest level, and I'm still winning, to be ever disrespected in the way that I felt this morning. Don't ever, because I'm telling you right now, 80% I ain't even saying. Don't ever put me into that position where I got to tell it like it is. I'm giving you guys a very nice version of poking a brother from Brooklyn. Don't do that. Okay? Now, with that being said, we're going to move past that. It should be a great event. I hope my little brother still comes. Just like, and here's some things you got to understand. Just like I offered to buy his ticket, I'm still going to buy his ticket. Right? Just like I called one of my hosts and I reserved a hotel for you, brother. I got you. And for for tails. I got you. Right? I've done a lot of things out of my own pocket because I got you. But never, ever disrespect me, especially someone on my level, what I've done. Don't do that. Don't do that. I deserve better than that. And you know what I'm talking about, which is why you're watching, but you're not even showing you. It's okay. I got nothing but love for you. I hope you show up, and I'm still going to do everything. I'm still going to do everything I said I was going to do. Why? Because I'm a real one. But, man, at some point in your life, and so this is one of the biggest things I tell you, at some point in your life, recognize people are here that genuinely are here for good reasons, genuinely will try to do anything and give you the shirt off their back or help you when you've called multiple times. Regardless, I've even times like you go, I said, man, you can come stay with us. Whatever it is, I've done so much. Never bite the hand that supports you. Never do that. Okay? Now, this is the end of it. I'm not going to talk about it no more unless I see something else or I hear about something else. And oh my God, that's going to be a show. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to leave it alone. And I hope to see you, and I'm going to still buy your ticket, and I'm going to still get your hotel, and I'm going to still this and that. Because I admire and love a lot of your personality and what you offer and what you do for people. You make some great calls, and I love that. But don't ever belittle me because I put tails in the corner. I put Paul. You know what I mean? You know how hard it is to try to get someone like Paul, even though we were friends already, we were already connected on X, or any of these people who they could be doing 1,000 other things, or John Deaton's, or Eleanor Terrace, and all these other big names that are coming. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because it takes one person. It takes one negative situation, and that's exactly the conversations I was getting from people, is saying, I will not be affiliated. We will not come to an event like that. That's literally what I was told. Oh, my mom and my kids drop dead if I'm lying. My wife, as soon as I said, oh, damn, babe, guess what they said? I will not be affiliated with anything like that. And so this is only going to go one way. It's not about reaching out, or I need to ask Jay this, and no. This is going to be ran beautifully. What people are going to have fun. They're going to see their greatest people. And people say, oh, my God, I can't wait to come back next year. It ain't going to be no shilling. It ain't going to be no bullshit. It ain't going to be no self-agenda. It ain't going to be no charging people something that doesn't need to be charged. None of that. It's for us, by us. The same reason, the same thing that Chicago represents, and why I partner with my boy Michael, and why we're out there right now, movies being filmed, and all the things that we plan on doing for our community. Because we don't need nothing from nobody. Period. We give, and we've been given. We've been given. Okay? Now we pass that. Let's move on. And that's the last I'm going to say about it. Unless something else is said. The next time, I'll talk about the 80%. Otherwise, let's move on. Lil bro, got nothing but love for you. And I'm specifically talking to CKJ. Got nothing but love for you. Can't wait to fly you out here. I'm going to buy your ticket right when I get off this phone right now. I'm going to call you soon as I get off this line right now. Because there ain't no ducking over here. I know how to pick up a phone, but when you get on your platform and you start calling me out and taking those little shots, now you see what you got. Okay? Let's keep it a buck. And here's the thing. We've dealt with this before, haven't we? For those of you guys who are new, we dealt with this years ago. Before I started my channel. And when I started my channel, I addressed this before in a thing called, was it like bears poke the bull, but don't poke the bear or something like that, right? Because characteristics sometimes often rhyme. And I'm trying to tell you, and I've told you this from day one, my man, I can show you a better way. I can show you. You call some great calls and everything else, and that's great. I love you for that. And I love you for what you do for people. But no one's better than anybody. Don't belittle, don't down talk, and understand the blessings of the things that are before you. And if I don't see that that's happening, I'll just sit back and say, okay, no big deal. But when you sit up and you take the time to call me out, I got a problem. Now, we're going to move on. I appreciate you guys. Let's keep it going. And I will be calling my brother when I get up out of here, but I had to address that because never make me feel less than or try to in front of my community and in front of my wife. You'll never win that battle. All right, let's keep it going. All right, here we go. Here we go. Shouts out to the greatest family on planet Earth. I haven't written no comments, guys. I'm just rolling and telling like it is. XRP Chevy 954. Now, guys, what I want to do is get into. This is gonna be crazy. Shouts out to Armando Panjoya. I think this says buy XRP at $1 nah, buy XRP at $3 nah, $2, $10. Oh, you just got lucky. And that's the thing. You know, a lot of people don't realize what we have in front of us. It's just crazy, man, because I talk to folks that, you know, and again, CKJ brought us some really good calls with XEMs. Like I said, my man put in some money, made over $1 million in just XEM alone. He made some really good calls, just like he did with, what's the other one? Zebek, great call with that. You know, like I said, nothing but respect for those attributes, those things, and those qualities. That's what I'm saying. It's no hate here. It's just keeping a buck. And big bro, just like I do with my own family, my own siblings, I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm the big bro in my family. I'm the big bro in my community. So big bro's just telling you like it is. Got nothing but love for you, baby. Let's keep it going. Huh? Will Fix knows something. Will Fix says, I sold all of my XLM to purchase XRP. Damn. What? We're going to change the mood up in here, guys. We're going to change the mood up in here. Huh? I got the greatest family on planet Earth. I hope you guys can appreciate who your boy 68J is because I'm always keeping a buck. Have I told you lately that I love you? Greatest family on planet Earth, EARF. Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin family. Guess what? Let's start this thing on a better note. This is for you.
Does it like it is. Got them switching gears in Ferrari with the tens. On some bullet shit. Stop crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying.
Shouts out to the IBF family. Shouts out to the Crypto for Life family, the Chicago Coin family, the BTHO family, the Good Morning and Good Evening Crypto family, to all the families out there. Nothing but love for you, baby. This is for the people. It's always for the people.
Money multiplying, call it rocket science. I'm so tired of this crypto control. You already know, banks ain't letting money go. Swimming in the dough, SEC gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow. I'll be better off when you selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I ain't when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. When you watching TikTok, on my new wristwatch, hit that Vegas crypto meter. Hello, nice to meet you.
Vegas what? Vegas what? Shouts out to Nels Force. Love you too, brother. Shouts out to Jay here and all you guys. Love you guys to pieces, man. Vegas what?
To the tip top while you watching TikToks on my new wristwatch. Hit that Vegas crypto meter. Hello, nice to meet you. Shower DAI like we do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man, the next night. A moon party, so you know we had to take flight. So many years and it's still no cheers. The fear selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving?
Tails.
When you know that you ain't losing.
Tails.
Going back to go back, got them choosing.
Tails.
Which one? SLM? Bag it up.
My boy Tails got the bars, man. Nothing but love to my boy Crypto Tails in the house, man. He said I sold all my XLM. Oh, he know. Will Fix, man, must know something's going on. He said I sold it all. That's kind of like Jake Clever. He said the only thing. Jake done been on my show several times, man. If you guys know who Jake is, go to my Crypto for Life channel. You'll see Jake. You'll see Johnny Crypto, Coach JV, Meta Law Man, Mr. Man, Cypher X, Mickle, Bearable. I always want to say Bearable Bull, but is it Bearable Bull or Bearable Guy? It's Bearable Bull. Sean McBride, we used to, and shouts out to Melissa and all those ladies out there still doing Ladies Night, man. It warms my heart to see that still going. Shouts out to Lady K, shouts out to Optimus Prime, all those guys. Shouts out to Shannon Thorpe, Dave XRP Lion, all the amazing people, Greg Pruitt, Alaskan Squeeze, all these people have been on the show. Edo Farina, who's supposed to be coming to the event, Molly Elmore, Jimmy Valley. Guys, we got Rob Cunningham. You know, we got family, man. We're all family, man. We're all family. If you guys get a chance, make sure you guys go check out my other family work for Fruition Productions, who are very selective on who they put into that documentary. And yours truly was in there. Feel very blessed. And shouts out to Maya and Chris. And so let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. All right. So one of the things that I thought was kind of interesting, guys, now this doesn't have a lot to do with crypto, but it's something that I heard about what's going on with Trump. And like, look, man, just because you can like somebody and not agree with everything they do. I like Trump. I liked Trump before he was a damn president. I like Trump, right? Love him from the princess. You're fired. No, just even before that, I love Trump's little vibe. And real ones recognize real ones. People try to go, oh, this and that and that. Trump's a real one. But, you know, it's just like Shannon Sharp. I like Shannon Sharp. Don't really care for all the things he's been doing lately, right? All the stuff he's doing with all this controversy. And look, everybody's got their business. But when you're in a public figure, a public eye like that, you got to watch what you say and you got to watch what you do because, yeah. And so I like Trump, but I don't agree with this wholeheartedly. And that is this whole NIL, name, image, and likeness. So I want you guys to hear this. I'm going to make a little comment on this.
President Trump is reportedly considering an executive order to regulate name, image, likeness deals in college sports after meeting with legendary coach Nick Saban after the University of Alabama's commencement. Co-host of Hot Mic on Outkick.com, Chad Withrow, joins us now. Chad, thanks for joining us. I just want to set the stage here for our audience and then let you go from there. So name, image, and likeness, this was decided by the Supreme Court, I believe unanimously, that the NCAA could not bar college athletes, which were looked at as amateur, from making money off their name, image, and likeness. Basically,
now here's a problem that I got, guys. And you guys can go back and watch this because I'm already out with all the BS and hogwash that needed to be addressed. But the problem that I got with this name, image, likeness issue that Trump is trying to regulate, and said he was after meeting with Nick Saban, which if you guys don't know, Nick Saban was the coach for what I think is Alabama for you know all those massive major years, and I think he still might be there, but. Here's a problem that I have with this. There's so many athletes, and I was one of them, that played college ball. At my time, you didn't get paid for nothing. There was no NA image. Athletes, women and men, have been raped for their talent for years. Raped. I hate to use the word, but it is what it is. Raped for their talent. A lot of people don't realize some of these athletes were, I mean, there's people who were just as good as maybe, you know, a quarterback or just as good as a all-time running back, you know, Walter Payton. There's even athletes that might have been as good as Michael Jordan or whatever the case may be. And I'm not trying to say there's another Jordan. I'm just stay with me. And they never made out of the college. Sometimes maybe life got in the way. Sometimes situations outside of basketball got in the way. And sometimes these people, careers were ended by life-altering injuries while they were in college. And there's a problem with, I got a problem with that because these institutions are making millions on these young people, millions. And some of these young people were huge and they made these institutions millions, but then they never were able to let that, their talents didn't convert over to, let's say, the NBA or the WNBA or the NFL or whatever it is. You know, you could be really, really good at college and then you don't have the talent to make it pro. And during that time, these presidents of these universities, this is why the NCAA and the courts ruled in favor, because some of these athletes' careers end in college. They never make it to the pros. And so then I don't get you 4 years at this university, and now I got to go work at McDonald's. I didn't get you 4 years at this university. Now I got to go work at some rental car place, or I got to go work over here and do this and that. What the freak? You made millions, and these presidents are driving Lambos and Porsches and Bentleys and fat houses, and kids are going to college off what these athletes are doing. So to me, name, image, likeness is fair. Now, I do think there needs to be a certain degree of education for that money, right? Not where kids should be showing Rolexes and, you know, some of that stuff is a little over the top. I'm not going to lie. And some of those things, I think, is what got Shedeur Sanders in trouble with his recruiting. Now, a lot of these players, they walk up to, when they get to the draft, they'll have gold chains and gold. Not everybody, because you got different nationalities, but for a lot of the minorities, they'll do that. They'll have gold chains and gold bracelets and, you know, suits with, you know, Gucci. And it's all, they're just excited about what's to come. Now, I personally wouldn't be that guy. I personally wouldn't be that guy being all flashy, and because it's about being humble. Whatever, that $50,000 this or $100,000 necklace or whatever at that time could help your family. Remember where you come from. So a lot of times, for me, I think name, image, likeness is warranted. NIL is warranted for men and women. I just think you should educate these people, especially when you got this person from, like for me, from the hood, who wasn't dad wasn't around, went through all kinds of crap. Educate me on how to, because I'm going to be honest with you, a little money I made overseas as well, I effed it off. No education. I'm going to go get the rims. I'm going to go get the car with the rims and get this and that. And then one fire that we had knocked everything out, lost everything, right? So, and then just decided to go a different route. But the point I'm trying to make, guys, is that education, not taken, and what this is saying is that Trump wants to regulate. There's certain things you need to do. Worry about running this country. And in this particular thing, I'm gonna have to go out and say, man, Trump, you need to stay out of this, because I don't think this is something that needs to be interfered. And then shame on Nick Saban, right? Is who they said in the beginning. Because, dude, how much money have you made off these kids' backs? How many players before NIL did you make millions off these kids' back? You were getting $10 million coaching contract, $5 million, and these kids, man, are suffering. They got to go right back to the old farm or ghetto where it's not right. So I got a problem with this. And you guys want to read the rest of this, you can. But considering regulations, nah, man. Education. How about that? Considering education. Maybe part of the process of letting a kid make money off his name, image, and likeness. It's his name, his skill set, his work ethic that is making all that money for that school. That's why kids don't even want to go to college no more. They want to buy, screw it, I'm going right to I'll go to the G League, or I'll go somewhere overseas, or I'll go over here, and then I'll go get a job where I'm going to get paid. But I'm not going to go and waste all, and that's why, and so the reason they're doing this is because college coaches are trying to bring the money back to colleges and make it competitive where they can lock these kids in. Hell no, pay these kids, but educate them. That's all I'm saying. And maybe you won't have them go through a certain course. Maybe you won't get these guys, get all this money and be, doing this and doing that and having all these legal issues with women. Educate them. Don't try to restrict them off what they're making. If they're that raw, like they just gave that kid is like the number one guy coming out of high school. BYU just gave him $7 million for 1 year. Okay, how much are y'all going to make on jersey sales and attendance for that young man? All the tickets went up. I mean, hey, if you're going to use my name, damn it, pay me. Don't we do that on anything else? You see big channels like when BitBoy had his channel, they gave him a Lamborghini. He had 1 million followers. You're damn straight. You can get that on YouTube before you go become something. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know that's a different little, but pay people for what they're valued. Just educate them on that. Don't give people who just don't get it, anyways. You give people money, man. Money only magnifies who you are. So you're part of the problem, not the solution. If you're sitting up there giving money and, oh my God, he got it. Oh my God, he's doing it. Oh, he's drunk in his Lamborghini. Oh, he's hitting this gun. Oh, he's doing this. Oh, what did you educate the poor guy? Or you just raping him for his talent? That's literally what they do. So I don't like this. And if you guys listen to it, let me know what your opinion is. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, Chris Webber say remember when they had the Fab Five? They weren't getting name, image, or likeness. And you know what they did, Ball or Not One? What they did to Tarkanian? You know how much stress that caused Jerry Tarkanian? Because he was trying to recruit these when Jerry Tarkanian didn't have the Fab. That was Michigan with Jalen Rose, Chris Webber, the Fab Five, but Jalen Rose, Chris Webber, and I can't think of other guys. I can't think of them right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm drawing a blank. Jawad, whatever his name was, right? They had that five. Those were all freshman guys that made, And so then Jerry Tarkanian had Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, all those guys, right? And then when they tried to help these kids out, because these kids like, look, man, I ain't got no damn money, and then you find the kids. Then, like what LeBron did, you gave him this. Now it's illegal. Like, isn't it funny how things are bad until you say it's okay? Well, that's bad until we say it's okay, huh? It's like they said, marijuana's illegal, but I have one of my buddies who's one of the biggest tax guys in California, said that he goes, James, if you knew the amount of, even before all this legalization of marijuana, and I'm not, I'm not a marijuana smoker. When I was young, hey, it is what it is. Everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. God dang it, there's nothing wrong with that. Medicinal, whatever. But he said some of the biggest growers he said some of the biggest growers are the government. But it's when they say it's okay. They smoking up. They could probably tell you more different types of kush it is and stuff out there. But then, oh, let's regulate it so we get taxes. When Pookie was selling it, oh, hell no. Take him, give him a 10-year sentence. I'm just saying it's, anyways, man, it is what it is. We got a system, and if we ain't seeing that now, and there's so much more than that. I know I'm with a little bit left for there, but it's so much more than that now when you look at, this USAID and all the mismanaging funds and stealing and robbing, and I make $100,000 worth $100 million, all the stuff that Elon and Doge just is exposing now. It's just a bunch of gangsters, baby. That's all it is. We get paid, everything. Oh God, that's what was this whole thing about crypto anyway? What was all the stuff we went through with crypto? It's not just basically like, it's like Molly Elmore and Linda P. Jones came on my show and said it's like the cartel. You got to pay to play. You got to pay to play. It's just a government. Same difference. They make up all these little characters, Mugsies and this and that and all. A lot of these people are real, but it's the government. Biggest gangsters on the planet. And now, once again, we want to cheat kids out of their NIL. I don't like that, man. I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'll just say what's on the mind. Our time is limited. Guys, I think my shoulder's probably like about, I think I still got about 6, 7, 8% nagging going on. But otherwise, it's a broken process. You damn straight. Duke shut him down. Juwan Howard, that's what it was, Juwan Howard. Yeah, Juwan Howard. It was a bunch of them over there. They had all those freshmen was killing. But that's what I'm saying. Like all these guys, like the O'Bannon brothers, that's why they won. The O'Bannon, Ed O'Bannon, was it Ed O'Bannon? Ed O'Bannon from UCLA. His lawsuit against the NCAA, I think, is why we have name, image, likeness now, because they won that damn lawsuit. Well, for years, kids were getting. There's kids who blew out their knees, blew out their backs. There's kids got hitmen that are in wheelchairs right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, don't take that away from these young people. You want them to play for your damn school, let them have their name, image, like. Just educate them. Educate them. If you want things to change, it's like saying, we want everything to change, but we're not going to do nothing different. That's called insanity, right? If you want things to change, you got to change. If you want things to get better, you got to get better. Educate these people. Educate these young people. Set them up for success instead of failure. Oh, just come over here and let us rape you for your talent. Just go out there and be whatever you want to be. And then want to know why they're sitting there in the clubs and, with guns and just... Okay. Our time here is limited. Don't waste it. That's a fact. Either you got it or you don't. XRP, that's a fact. Shouts out to Chad, guys. Let's see what else we got, guys. I'm trying to get myself back on track here. After that, 6'8", did you ever look up that 7'9" freshman on Florida bus? I think I did. When you said that, I think I did. Ridiculous. So I know parents will be sitting there. That's not fair. My kid can't play with him. The kids just, you just literally just put the ball right in the basket. Great show, 6'8". Real talk. Thank you, Ball Not One. I just got to keep it a buck, man. I'm really good at getting along with anybody. You can throw me anywhere, even where I come from. You can throw me out in the hood, and I'm gonna go back out there and just, Jay, what's up, my dog? It's like that. Or you can put me around $1 million guys. James, come over here, guy. This guy's, I've had millionaires say this is one of the most brilliant. Just go on my social media. You'll see. I don't accept everybody. For those you guys see it, like where people who are making almost $1 million a month. This is one of the best closers, one of the best guys talking about relationships and this and that. So it's hard for me to know my value and what I was paid and what I was worth and how I was requested around the world speaking, and then to have someone belittle me. That's just tough, man. That's just tough. So I got to keep it. Otherwise, I learned how to survive. I know how to hang out and just kind of be cool. I know how to be cool and don't rub. Let that person shine. I don't need it. I'm good. I know what I did. Okay, teachers power the future, guys. This is so dope. Ripple, starting with Teacher Appreciation Week. This is so awesome. Ripple is committing $25 million. God, this is incredible. To U.S. classroom through Donors Choose and Teach for America, supporting critical resources and financial literacy initiatives with funding made possible through RLUSD. This is so dope, man. This is so dope. Just to give back. That's when you know you're part of something beautiful. Let's just go give back. This is beautiful, man. I love it. I love it. Stay calm. Small steps will get you there. You're damn straight. Wait until the big money starts listening to other big money. And it says Mexico's third richest man says real estate is a bad investment and that billionaires should buy Bitcoin instead. I hope people see the value in what we were talking about today. I hope people see value, and I know because I sent my man CK a message and say, hey man, basically tune in, right? Because I think if I can sit back there and hear it, you can sit back there and hear it, and it's all love. And I hope that we're both out there chilling, riding slingshots through Vegas. It's just one of those things, man. Like in life, and me and Mike Ove had these conversations. There's times we bumped heads about certain things. And then we iron out. Me and my wife, me and my brother, me and my sister, me and my mother, me and my father. I don't care who it is. It's all part of growth. It's all part of getting better. Right? It's all part of getting better. But at the end of the day, it's respect. It's respect and it's love. Because if I don't tell you, you might say and do something to somebody else that might tell you in a different way. So I'd rather be straight up with you and tell you like it is so that you know. And that way, when we move forward, we won't have these issues no more. And if we do, then I'll address it again. Right? But at the end of the day, I think it's important to know who you're dealing with and anything that you're dealing with. So XRP holders will be the new 1%. Facts. You're still very early, guys. Yeah, Bitcoin's had the biggest bowl with the biggest fish, but boy, when they splash into that XRP bowl, oh my goodness. Treat yourself better than good. At the end of the day, guess who you're gonna be left with? You. At the end of the day, man, that Steve Jobs story, man, I can't shake it. You know how you see things in your life you can't shake? Like I remember when my dad passed away, I can't shake that last. I don't want to think about that. Or my mom, it's just certain things you can't shake out your mind. Steve, that message from Steve Jobs will forever be embedded in my mind, because most of my life coming from poor and welfare and everything, I always thought chase money, chase money, chase money. And don't get me wrong, I always put my family first, but sometimes in chasing the opportunity or the money, what happens is you lose sight of the most important thing, the main thing, and that's moments, and that's family. And some point you go from chasing money to understanding your purpose. And sometimes that happens early in life, and it happens most often than not later in life, or based off a certain circumstance, or losing someone, or whatever the case may be. And I took a lot of losses in my life, but purpose. And I remember Steve Jobs, that damn post he put out when he was sitting in the hospital bed, lost all the weight, looked very ill. And he says, he was talking about and I can't say this enough, I know I said it before, I'm going to say it again. He said, all the things I've accomplished, and all the awards, and all the innovations, and all the, the praise I get from people, and what we've done with Apple and everything. And he goes, when I look up and I look at the moments with my son, with my family, with my friends, he goes, I missed it. I missed all of it. I missed it. I forgot about the main thing. I forgot to live. And he says, I'm looking at this machine, and green means I'm okay, and the red beat means I'm in trouble. Every time it's red, they come running into the room. And he goes, this is what I'm down to right now, is this machine with a red and green light. Dude, I'm telling you, when I read it, it got me emotional. Not because of his story, because it hit me so hard and so deep, like, oh my God, moments. And it was shortly after that I looked at my wife. This is before crypto. I remember I read that, and I looked at it, and I said, babe, I'm done. I'm done traveling. I hung up the suit and ties. I started wearing sweats every day, right? I shave when I want. I mean, because when I was in that world, it was always suit, tie, travel the world, this and that and everything else. And I was always me, but the perception of what, and if you guys ever watch my my intro or my exit where I'm sitting on stage and there was like a whole bunch of people in front of me, because one day I went to an event, and with a bunch of people speaking, they were just talking, and I'm this, and the Rolexes and gold chain, not gold chains, but rings and $1 million rings. I've done this, and and showing checks, and I looked, and I was dressed up too, because that's typically the protocol. And I went back and I dressed in some jeans, sneakers, and a little like a vest, and with a hoodie on. And I went and I sat down instead of standing. If you guys look at my video when I either do the intro or when I do the extra, you see me sitting on stage looking at somebody. It's like in black and white. I think I purposely made the picture in black and white. And I'm sitting there. It was a huge business summit in some country, maybe like Chile, Peru, or something like that. And one of those countries. And I can't remember the country, but I remember. And I sat down on the stage, and I was talking to people, not at them. Different than what everybody else had done before me. And people started crying because I just told my story. I talked about struggle. And I don't even know how I got into that. But anyways, just be authentically, you guys. Don't let this industry, don't let money, don't let trying to fit in, don't let trying to please people make you something you're not. I know people go back and run back and, guess what he said? And Just at the end of the day, man, go stand in front of the mirror. If you like what you see, man, God bless you. That's all I got to say. That's why it's so important to be authentically you. Treat yourself better than good. At the end of the day, you're going to be left with you. Facts. Altcoin season is coming. Altcoin season incoming was my my deal here. And guys, I'm telling you, this thing pops. Good Lord. It's going to be crazy. No guarantees, but I'm just saying that's the way it looks. It's amazing how early we are. Fun facts, less than 7% of the global population is invested in crypto. Less than 7%. I would say, and I think I saw somebody post this, maybe it was Edo or somebody like that, said 1% of the world may be in XRP. 1%. You got to think about the entire world. You know how it must feel to be you and know you're in the top 1% in the world? You're in the top 1% in the world? We always hear about this person in the top 1%. No, you're in the top 1%. And for these people that are going, it's only going to hit 5. All I can say is instead of being defensive about people, I get them and I block them and I see people coming into our chat saying stupid stuff. If you do your research on what's going on and whatever the asset is, I don't care if it's as big as, XRP Ripple or, something up and coming like XCN or something that's been around that you're trying to figure out what's going to go on with Doge or whatever it is. Do your research and just base your moves off that. Connect the dots. And I'm telling you right now, for someone who, my wife can tell you I'm over the top anal. I am like literally over the top anal when it comes to certain things. Is my volume okay, guys? Hello? Yeah, it is. Okay. I look at my wife. I guess I'm just talking low. But when it comes to doing my research, man, I am like OCD anal. And so when I make these big plays and these big bets, man, it's because I know what's going on. I have, but and sometimes I have to be reserved because you can't tell everybody everything in a sense of what you think. Oh, he's crazy. It's not gonna. So whatever you think it's gonna be is what it's gonna be. But just know that you're in the top 1%. God bless you. That's amazing. Guys, I just want to tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys in a major way. There's more stuff. I got a couple more things I'm going to close out with here in a little bit. We're an hour and 20 minutes because of how I had to address that situation this morning. But I just want to let you guys know it's all love. My wife, when we got through watching that video, the IBF, the CKJ video this morning, live, and I saw some shots things that I saw in the past that I had to deal with that situation as well. And again, nothing but love to my man. Know that it's respect and love. But when we saw that, my wife looked at me and like, I know you're going to address this. I just want to let you guys know it's all love. I'm going to continue to support my boy CKJ. I'm going to continue to support the IBF family because we all have a lot of the same members. Don't think you got to pick and choose. It's not that. We're all we're just different. I'm 6'8", he might be this. I'm this and that, he might be that. Liz is this, I'm that. First Man is this, Beekeeper 69 that. Marvin Davis this way, Lizard King is that. We don't all have to be the same, but what we do have to have is freaking respect. Respect. Know that I respect you guys, know that I love you guys. And that's what this whole video was about. It's not about disrespectful. It's about being authentically who I am and showing respect. Shouts out to the Crypto for Life family. Shouts out to the IBF family. Shouts out to the Chicago Coin family. Shouts out to all those that are out there watching. Shouts out to my man CKJ. This is Big Bro, just keeping it a buck. This is for you.
This one, bags,
Pull up in a spacecraft and bags on us. Get into them bags with them stacks on us. In a different bracks where they try to tax on us. Government some lies, but them bags blowing up. Spitting 16s, keep them bags stuffed up. Give you more game than your mainstream rappers. Told you get the bag, disconnect from the fuzz. Your favorite rapper clone, and he can't beat trust. Move to a different code so they can't tax us.
Go Tails. Go Tails. There's a reason for everything I say.
Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz. We like years ahead of the herd. Like, they don't want you to get rich, but die trying. But I slid you the crypto list, so start buying. And I'll see you at the tip top when we start flying. Upgrade the shit, push a button, autopilot. Party all night, so we just keep flying.
so many years and it's still no cheers.
What?
If fear's selling, then I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing.
What?
Going back to go back, got them choosing. This one, bag it up.
Here come the monkeys.
This one,
I appreciate you guys. We're gonna end that blockchain monkeys because you guys deserve to hear that. Again, guys, XRP Las Vegas. I got more I could talk about. We're gonna end it on that. I think we talked about enough stuff today. XRP Las Vegas is going to be absolutely insane. Why? Because I'm going to make sure it is. Mickle, Ripple. We got Linda P. Jones. We got Zach Reckless, my man CKJ, Molly Elmore, Jake Claver, Ray Fuentes, Abs, Rob Cunningham, Johnny Crypto, Brooke, Armando Panjoya. Added recently and comments about add-ons. That's all bull crap. These are people that just finally started confirming that they could make it, right? People who started confirming that they could make it. And one of those people, Paul, just had Digital Outlook come in, and King Karan, Edo Farina, so many freaking Molly Elmore, Eleanor Terrett, John Deep's supposed to come, Metal Man, so many people, guys. So we're going to make this one of the most incredible events ever. You have my word on that. It's going to be an incredible, it's something you'll never forget. And I got some things that I'm doing that I've ordered, and some things that we're going to be doing for each and everybody that's there, that will be able to walk away with something and remember that event. And it's not about money, because trust me when I tell you that if I told you what I spent on some of this stuff, you'd call me crazy. But it's about memories. It's about experience. It's about making sure people walk away and say, man, that was amazing. And I'm just so thankful. Thank you to my wife, who never questions anything that I, if it's crazy, not maybe, but if I say, hey, I'm gonna spend this much on that for everybody. Oh, okay, honey, whatever it is. So I'm grateful. Alan Staples coming. That's right. I mean, just guys, which is the Staple Crew. Like, we got so many people coming, and I'm gonna always protect that, because all these things that are happening is because of the relationships that I have with these people, or the people who know these people, guys. So it's going to be absolutely incredible. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I always hope, and I'm going to tell you right now, the reason I love you guys, because you're authentic, you're real, you're fighting for a better tomorrow, man. And when I remember my mom, man, out there fighting, taking care of kids, working a couple of jobs, and she did everything. That love, oh my God, that love, I need to stop because I'm getting emotional. That love that a person can have for her babies is incredible. And I know all you guys out there fighting the same damn fight for your babies, for your families, for a better tomorrow. This is not about tribalism. It's not about whose group is it. Look, everybody has a freedom here. Everybody has an ability to connect with good people. People say, James, what's the key to your success? Man, it's very simple. I'll give you guys a couple before we get up out of here. Number one, listen. Stop talking with an agenda. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen more and talk less. If you listen, you'll create a bond for the rest of your life. If you listen to what people need, the pain, the issues, and you can offer any kind of solution. And sometimes it might not be monetary. Sometimes it might be a damn hug. Listen. That's the first thing. Listen. Right? The next thing is follow successful people. If people out there doing this and that and being this and all, man, you're not going to win in that situation. You're not. I'm sorry. It may be entertaining, but you're not going to win. Follow success. Success leaves clues. And the last thing, always be authentically you. The people who love you for a reason, man. Always be you. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Let me get some love to the family. Liz Herrera, Silver Days XRP, First man is in the house. We got Abs, man, 68J. Abs, love you, brother. Love you guys, man. I'm telling you, like I said, Abs, Johnny Crypto, Melissa. It's too many of you guys. All you guys that are here. All you guys, especially those people that I've created a bond with. I just want to say thank you from myself and my wife. We're here for you. Everything we do is for you. There's nothing else tied into it other than saying we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And the only way to end that is to give you guys a little bit of blockchain monkeys before we get up out of here. Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin family. Good morning and good evening, crypto. World Be Free over at VTHO, IBF with CKJ. All you guys out there, Zach, all the communities, and we love you guys, man. We love you guys. Milk will you guys keep doing the great work. Paul Barron, all you guys. See you guys in Vegas. Linda P. Jones, Molly Elmore, Jay Clare, all you guys. Love you guys. Guess what? This is for you. Greatest family on planet Earth. EARF. Ab's gonna be there. You're damn straight. Woo!
We looking for that astro flip. Guacamole, I want the whole damn dip. I got my spacesuit on. Yeah, I want the whole damn ship. And if you bring in any photo, bust the whole damn clip. Nah, we do our own research here. Over ledger on a t-shirt here. We in the jungle, I know. They like, monkey, how you see so clear? I did my homework, so he don't care.
Never forget, with all the things that you're thankful for, always give praise to the one who made it all possible. God is good all the time. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Sitting on a ledger with the bag man. And I just bought Quant with my bad hand. A little Globians and XTC.
And a little more XRP.
We
What?
not playing. So basically we repping for the same set.
Oh, yeah.
Cause we was here way before the main net. Who would have thought that crypto tales would come together on a topic that we know so well? Music.
So many years and it's still no cheers.
What?
If fear's selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is in illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moon? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing.
Greatest family
Going back to go back.
on planet Earth. EARS.
Bag it up.
Oh, yeah.
This one.
One more time.
So many years and it's still no cheers. If fear's selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moon? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing.
What?
Going back to go back, gotta choose. Which one? Bag it up. This one. Bag it up.
Guys, you guys enjoy your week. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys in a major way. Bradley, Beekeeper69, Baller Not One, Marvin Davis, Slippery Pickle, X Lloyd, World Be Free. As guys, make sure you guys go check out the new Good Evening Crypto and Dipito World Be Free. Appreciate you guys made your way. Jose, Liz Herrera, one of our biggest supporters. Much love to you, sis. Bullish Bird in the house. We got First Man, Lizard King, Two Bless, Marvin Davis, one of my day ones. Avs, that's my dog. Say hi to little Johnny and all the family for me. Bullish Bird is in the house. Silver Days XRP. We got Lizard King, World Be Free. Anybody else got? I know it's gonna be hard to get all the names in here, but Tiffany Serrano, thank you, sis. All those that are here, all those that are listening in, appreciate you guys. Who else was in here? Let's see. Did I get everybody? If I didn't get your name, guys, I apologize. TJ Patterson, Ness Force. Thank you, my brother Ness Force. Words of wisdom always. Balling out one. Good to see you, brother. Shouts out. Welcome to the Crypto for Life supporter. Welcome to Crypto for Life. Shouts out to Silver Days XRP for that, man. Much love to you, brother. Who else we got up in here? Nina Blossom, that's my sister. Marvin Davis, Jay Henry, XRP Chevy 954. You know that brother got it. 954, I love it. Always one of ways in the house. Frank J, World Be Free in the house. Shouts out to all my sisters that may not be here as well, all my family members. I don't see everybody in here, but shouts out and much love to you guys. It's probably going to be a whole lot trying to get through everything. Big Bro 10, good to see you. Anybody else? Shane Sullivan, good to see you, Shane. All right, guys, I'm about to go have a little lunch and then go hang out, spend the day with the wife here. Sly Fox, good to see you, man. Talk to Sly almost every day. Tomorrow, so I'll be calling you. We got to get up in that trading game. What else we got going here, guys? All right, guys, appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Until next time, we'll do. Thank you, Abs. Much love to all you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. It's your boy James, a.k.a. 68J. Peace. Greatest family on planet Earth. EARS.